Okay, so this video I'm going to be responding to some comments. Some of it was directed at me, some of it wasn't. Some of these comments were obviously on the internet, and just some of the topics I'm covering, well, I didn't see on the internet, just from other experiences in life. So, y'all enjoy. Okay, first comment is I'm going to respond to is the one asking me why I don't have better recording equipment, why I don't spend the money on more expensive recording equipment. Well, there are a few reasons for that. First off, I don't really have the subscribers or the views to warrant me getting better recording equipment or spending more money on the recording equipment. The second thing is that, well, isn't the message a little bit more important than the production value? That's why I do these videos, is, to get the message out that I'm portraying, and I just don't see a need for it to be in HD. In fact, I would actually wish that more gun owners would get out, get on camera, and say, hey, look, I'm a gun owner, I oppose this, or I'm a firearms freedom advocate, I oppose this law, that law. It doesn't matter if they put it in HD or if the videos are perfect. I know my videos aren't scripted. You can look at them and tell. You can see me drinking in some of them. You can see me stumble on my words in some of them, probably. It doesn't have to be perfect. And third reason, well, I work 60 hours a week. I work anywhere from 50 to 60 hours a week. I have other things I do aside from these videos. So yeah, I'm pushing through them. I don't really put so much time into them because, putting out the message, and I don't think that me spending 3 or 4 hours on a video is really going to change the message as opposed to spending 20 minutes on it, or hell, even an hour or so on some of this stuff. So what you're getting a lot of times is pretty much unscripted. Editing's at a minimum level, and you're just getting the straightforward message from me. But speaking of 50 to 60 hour work weeks, next comment I'm responding to, well, he's had a few things to say. Yeah, when you work 50 to 60 hours a week as opposed to less than 40, there's a difference there. A real man's job means you work over 40 hours a week. A real man's job means you have to have a specific set of job skills to do that job. You see, my job is skilled labor. It's also manual labor intensive. All right. There's a big difference between my job and working at McDonald's. You see, flipping burgers at McDonald's is a teenager's job. So, yes, that is the big difference between what I do and what all these people at McDonald's do, right? Not all work is equal. So, that being said, big reason why I get pissed off at the Fighting for 15 crowd. It's also another reason why I can afford rifles like this. But, again, not loaded. Most of the guns I got and that I show in my videos obviously are not loaded. There's just no purpose to have them loaded just to display them in the video. There really ain't. But I do, to further answer the question, I do have both. Yes, the XM193s, the 55 grain 5.56s, and the M855 62 grain 5.56s. Even though they're not loaded in the rifle. And by the way, I noticed you had mentioned how it's unfair in your own country that you can't have a rifle like that and you can't display a rifle like that on camera, otherwise it's prison time in your country. Well, again, how do you think your country got that way? Yeah, it obviously didn't get that way overnight. And this is why I tell people all the time they need to get out there and defend their rights by opposing all these gun laws they put in. Because first it's going to be one gun law, then it's going to be another one, then it's going to be another one, and eventually they're going to bury the legal ability to own a firearm in regulations, red tape, and paperwork. Yeah. Let's take the two popular ones right now the gun control movement's pushing. Universal background checks and prohibiting anyone on the no-fly list. Well, may not seem like so much, but first point I want to bring out on that one is even if they had both of them, there'd be some other common sense regulation that they just couldn't believe we didn't pass yet. Yeah? And by the way, with universal background checks, well, good luck trying to loan your firearm out to a friend or family, or good luck when you go on vacation and you want to leave your firearms with family members. Yeah. Never mind, it's not going to stop criminals from getting guns. Because obviously straw purchasing, which, purchasing a firearm for somebody who's a prohibited person, is already illegal. And on the no-fly list, well, guess what? All these people that have done mass shootings in the U.S. weren't on this no-fly list. And quite frankly, we really don't know who all is on this no-fly list. There have been kids that have wound up on this no-fly list. Most people on the no-fly list can't tell if they're not on the no-fly list or not. It's been in secret, and really there is no evidence that these people on the no-fly list have actually committed a crime or anything like that. They're just suspected that they may commit a crime. Next, there's not much due process on when it comes to getting your name off the no-fly list. And perhaps one of the biggest reasons why I oppose the no-fly list is because of stuff like this. Yeah. These very same people who advocate for this law, as soon as this prohibiting everybody on the no-fly list from purchasing a gun passes, that list is going to get bigger real quick. There are going to be petitions put out by gun control groups to put NRA members on that, They're going to use that to try to bully and silence people, who oppose them. Oh, well, you don't support the assault weapons ban? Well, you need to be on that terror list. You need to be on that no-fly list so you can't purchase a gun. Yeah, it is plain and obvious. The gun control groups are already calling, and gun control advocates are already calling NRA members terrorists and stuff like that. When in fact, in reality, the people who are more related to terrorists are gun control advocates. That's just the fact of the matter is. The only difference is that at least terrorists have the balls to do their own dirty work, while gun control advocates and other authoritarian leftists are too chicken shit. They demand other people do their own dirty work for them. Yeah, so screw them. All right. And by the way, you want me to break that down and explain the difference? Okay. Well, the one behind the American flag, or in front of the American flag, has not harmed anybody, has not participated in any acts of violence against other people. Well, the one behind the Islam flag has participated in attacks, does believe in forcing Islam on everyone else, making Islam the law of the land. The one behind the American flag just simply is protecting her right to be a Christian and her right to own a firearm. The one behind the Islamic flag is not. You see how easy that was? But then again, you're going to have all the very same people who put that meme, who made that meme. They're dishonest. they're liars. They'll sit there, they're the same type of people. Well, oh, you didn't fall for that lie? We're going to tell you another lie. All right. So, okay, so I'm going to take this bit by bit, right? They say the average age of a minimum wage worker is 35 years old. I don't know if that's true or not, but let's break this down. If you're 35 and you're on minimum wage, there's a very good chance, like I say, like 99% chance that you probably need to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what choices did you make? But then again, the average person who's 35 and still making minimum wage won't do that. And this is why they're in that position. This is why they constantly make the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. I know plenty of people at 35 or older, who've, or not even 35, but in that age range, they constantly make these same mistakes over and over and over again. They don't want to take responsibility for their own life. They'll want to look in the mirror and say, what am I doing to keep myself in this position? What could I be doing to get myself out of this position and into a better position? A lot of them just want to sit back and, oh, well, my boss is mean. My boss is being unfair. All the other workers are being unfair. There's just no other jobs out there, But I guarantee you, 99% of those people who are 35 and at a minimum wage job have made choices to contribute to that. All right? So, again, you got to look in the mirror and ask yourself what you're doing in life as to why you're still 35 and at minimum wage. Not to say that there aren't a few extenuating circumstances, but those are few and far between. And usually the people that have those extenuating circumstances are the ones that are going to be more willing to sit there and say, yeah, I had these extenuating circumstances, okay, but, I see where I could have done this, and this, and that better in life, okay? Okay, so 56% of minimum wage workers are women. I'm actually inclined to believe that. Maybe those people in minimum wage, 56% of them tend to be more women. Maybe because they have a partner and their partner is the primary breadwinner. I don't know. I don't know why that is. But it certainly does explain, why, if you just take into account the gender and the salary or the wages that the person makes, it would explain more why men tend to, on average, make more than women. Is men aren't doing minimum wage jobs as much as women. It kind of becomes a clear picture there. But even then, why does it matter what percentage of the minimum wage workers are women? Are you saying that women are somehow more valuable than men now? Or are you grasping at straws saying, well, because it's not 50-50, it must be sexist? I don't get what you're trying to say here. No, actually I do. You're just trying to get feminists fired up on that one too. 55% of minimum wage workers are full-time. Guess what? 45% are part-time. Imagine that. Minimum wage jobs really aren't there for adults, to be honest with you. Shoot. 44% have at least some college experience. Well, again, why does that matter? I mean, this is kind of interesting because, are you conflating, with being, one credit in college, over the summertime versus a bachelor's degree? They're two different things, obviously, there. Second, what did they study in college? Did they study anything in college that was going to give them job skills? One to think about. If they went and got a bachelor's degree in something like gender studies or, I don't know, something like liberal arts, well, guess what? You're not going to have as much open to you because you didn't learn job skills with that. And quite frankly, why should I pay you any different from my burger flipper, who, didn't even go to college, but you're still doing the same job? What did you learn in college that's going to help you flip them burgers better than the person that didn't go to college? Something to think about there, especially when that person that didn't go to college is there each and every day on time, ready to work, while the person who went to college and say got their bachelor's in liberal arts is there, 15 minutes late, sometimes they call in sick, but even when they go there, they're not motivated. They think, well, I've got a bachelor's in liberal arts, they should pay me more. I hate to break it to you, but the dude, that didn't have the college education versus the dude, was working his ass off at the job and, was there on time, is going to have a bit more of my respect and a bit more likely to get that pay raise than the person with the bachelor's in liberal arts that's coming in late constantly, that's, calling in sick constantly, that doesn't really seem to be motivated to do their job. Okay. 140,000 new jobs created if minimum wage raised. That is a straight up lie. Yeah, I'm calling BS on that one. So, yeah. I can see that many jobs being lost because employers now all of a sudden can't afford to keep those employees around. I can see, the person with the liberal arts degree who's complaining about not getting paid enough despite the fact they've got a bachelor's in liberal arts, I can see them losing their job, because they don't want to come into work on time, and now, their boss has to pay them more. So I can see them losing their job, but I can't see where jobs are going to be created from this. Really, and to make a statement like that, you cannot be grounded in reality. We have to pay all of our employees now $15 an hour as opposed to $7.25 an hour. Yeah, let's hire more. That makes perfect financial sense. Jesus. You can't even say it with a straight face because, it's just not grounded in reality here. Shoot. So let's finish this one up. A woman working full-time at minimum wage will earn $14.5 annually, nearly $4,000 below the poverty line for a mother with 2 kids. Guess what? If you have kids and you're working the minimum wage job or less, you're a fucking retard. Plain and simple. You're a fucking retard. You are so irresponsible, you shouldn't even have those kids. Before I'd even support raising the minimum wage to help your kids out, I would support the government coming in and taking your kids from you, and then requiring you to get your uterus removed so you couldn't have any more kids. Right now, you are committing one of the greatest social crimes out there, being a single mother working minimum wage, and you're going to have not 1 but 2 kids. Here's the thing. You want kids? You want a family? You need to be making more than minimum wage, 1. 2, you're going to have kids? You probably should be getting married to a suitable spouse. You see, there's no greater determining factor or predisposition to a child growing up in poverty, getting into crime and having all these social problems like there is, with being raised in a single mother household. And if you can't look and do the math, well, hey, I work full time and make minimum wage. I'm probably going to be making 14.5 annually. If you can't figure out, well, hey, I shouldn't have kids, I can't afford kids on that income, then you really shouldn't have kids at all. I mean, that's just, how stupid do you have to be? And we go down to the last one. 3 out of 5 workers earning minimum wage are employed in food service occupations, mostly food preparations. So you flip burgers at McDonald's. Yeah, that's a really difficult job, dude. Maybe if you got out and did something a little bit more difficult, and I'm not trying to rag on, like, the high school student that's getting a job at McDonald's, or the college students that's getting a job at McDonald's, or the housewife that's getting a job at McDonald's because, she wants to get out, she wants to help contribute to family income. I'm not talking about those types. I'm talking about the fucking morons that seem to think that that you should be able to live a comfortable life on minimum wage. The morons that don't want to get out and do anything better with their lives. That sit there and go to work at McDonald's, half-ass it, come home, sit on the couch, watch TV, go to bed, go back the next day, work another 8-hour shift at McDonald's, half-ass it again, come home, and then, by payday, I should be getting paid more. God, no. Sorry, I believe, you should have the freedom to work as you please, do as much work as you want to, do as little work as you want to, but I also believe that when you don't get paid as much as you want to because you didn't do the work to get it, then you shouldn't be complaining. It's called personal responsibility. But again, all these people who want to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour don't have it. And here you go. Not everybody who is opposed to abortion is religious or is opposed to abortion for religious reasons. You don't have to be a Christian to believe murder is wrong. You can be a Muslim, a Jewish person, Hindu, you could be an atheist and say, hey, you know what? This act, is the act of taking another human being's life, therefore is immoral. So, there you have it, So, again, when the pro-abortion side sits there and makes a statement like that, that's incredibly dishonest. And I do have issues, and I do take issues with that. All right, and the ironic thing about feminists, they sit there and support stuff like abortion, but then they'll turn around like that and jump on the gun control bandwagon. They'll say we need more gun control because somebody might use a gun to kill a kid. Well, ironically, the act of an abortion performed successfully will end up with the loss of a child's life. So, do me a favor, feminists. While you're sitting there defending abortion on demand and taxpayer-funded abortion on demand, partial birth abortions and stuff like that, do me a favor, shut the fuck up about whatever rifle I choose to own. Alright? Shut the fuck up about that. Alright, this concludes this Sunday post. Alright, y'all take it easy out there.